All right, guys, welcome. This is Greg Cesar coming at you, and we're going to have an excellent training today. I want to introduce you guys, which I have on many occasions, to my really good friend, Mike Stewart. As a matter of fact, many of you guys may have heard or remembered the story of, Mike really got me my start in creating content. The first time I ever created content that I syndicated and sold from an audio or video standpoint, Mike is the person who helped me get all that set up. And we've since become fast friends. I stay over his house. He stays over my house. My kids call him Uncle Mike. In fact, my son said, "Can you make burgers like Uncle Mike?" Which just was not cool, but that's okay. He liked Uncle Mike's burgers better. So when I say friend, it's not a joke. This really is more like family, to be honest with you. But the important thing is a smart family member. How lucky can you guys be to have someone you consider family that's not only family, friends, but also brilliant people that you can share ideas with and vibe with? I mean, unfortunately, Mike moved from Atlanta and moved to the mountains of Tennessee. But we used to be on his dock and just sharing ideas. I mean, even my start in what we do on Amazon, the motivation came from a 4th of July party that was at Mike's house. We're sitting on the dock. I don't know if you remember that, Mike, but that was a day I said, I'm getting started with Amazon, and it's turned into a 6-figure business. But Mike, all these years online, and a lot of people credit their start to online marketing to Mike also, but Mike was very good about how do you get your content out to people in a medium that engages people better. It gets more sales. It gets their senses going. And that's always been audio and video. I mean, this is where Mike has always mastered. This is where he's done fantastic. Mike showed me some of his customers, right? He's got this chiropractor who's doing some video things, and he's killing it with traffic using video from what Mike has taught him. A chiropractor. He's got a pest control guy who's doing the same thing. So guys, this is where the future of marketing is going. Google didn't buy YouTube because people didn't care about video. Video wasn't engaging. Facebook didn't create Facebook Live because they thought video was not engaging. Do you know there's more video content being viewed every second on Facebook than regular content? And if that is the case, folks, then you need to be in front of the trend, not behind it. So with that being said, I want to introduce you to my good buddy Mike, who's going to be teaching you guys how to produce that content, the tools and the softwares and things that he used to be able to do that, so that you can monetize that and put money in your bank account with what is the future, which is video. So with that being said, Mike, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, thank you, Greg. Yes, you are my brother, and I think the world of you and your family. And I didn't move away from Georgia to be away from you. That's one of the sad things that happened, but I'm getting to live a passion of, and in fact, you'll see about it in this presentation of why moving to Nashville is not that I love Tennessee, and I was originally from Tennessee, but the music business is here in Nashville, and I'm having a wonderful time teaching the music world that the internet is not the problem. It's not, and in fact, this is a good lesson for everybody. Not knowing what to do is the problem you need to solve. And not knowing is okay, but what we want to do is we want to share with you what to do. So with that being said, let's get right into the meat of this presentation. My presentation is about 45 minutes to maybe 50 minutes in content. I promise you that I will deliver content, and then at the end of that content, there will be an opportunity for continuing education, because there's no way in 45 minutes I can teach you everything you need to know, but I will promise you this content is valuable, and you don't want to miss a minute of it, and you want to stay till the very end. So this is what I'm going to be teaching you tonight in this presentation. Is number one, I want to teach you how far we've come with video marketing since I started in 2003. I was doing video marketing long before it was cool, and it's because I've been in television for many, many years. So at any rate, the long and short of it is that I'm going to talk to you about how far we've come. And to really know where we're going to go, you need to know where we've come from. And then I want to talk about equipment then. You know, one of the biggest questions I used to get was, what camera do you use? Well, guess what? The mobile device that you probably already own, whether it's an iPhone, which is my favorite, or an iPad, or an Android phone or tablet, and now the Windows Surface, those are the mobile devices, because this is about making video content with a mobile device. Yeah, we've always been able to do it with camcorders, but I want you to be aware that the cameras in these phones and tablets are far superior to the camcorders of just a few years ago. And of course, what is the killer platforms that we're going to be talking about in this presentation? Well, my favorite is the iPhone. It's because it's the most powerful. But Android has come of age, and I'll share with you what you can do on that. And then I bought a Windows Surface because I was curious, how good is the camera, how good is the software? And the Windows Surface is amazing. So it doesn't matter what device you use, that's the hardware we're going to talk about tonight. And then the hardware is only as good as the software. That's what makes the iPhone so great, is the software that runs on the iPhone just is really the most superior video mobile software there is out there. And one of the things that, cracks me up is that on a computer it's called software, but on a mobile device it's called an app, or short for application. But apps and software are synonymous. They're synonyms. So we're going to talk about the software that runs on all these devices that you need to be aware of, that can enable you quickly and easily make amazing video with your mobile device. And then we need to talk about the accessories. The microphones and the lenses that that come in these devices are pretty amazing, but you need to know about some things that are very inexpensive but can mean the difference between good video and bad video. So we'll talk about the mobile accessories. And then, okay, you buy the camera, you have the iPhone, you have the Android, you got the microphones, you got all the hardware and the software, but why do this? Well, number one, I'm going to talk to you about ideas of what you should be doing in your business. And what I want you to do when you get to that, I want you to ask yourself, are you doing these things? Because if you're not, it's missed opportunities. And why doing as much video as you possibly can mean the difference. And the fact that mobile devices, everybody has a cell phone in their pocket these days. I mean, you can just go to any restaurant and just look at the people on their cell phones. Everybody has a cell phone in their hand, a smartphone, an Android or an iPhone, but they forget that they've got an amazing video content creation tool that if they learn what apps to use and how to master them, it's going to open up a door of amazing traffic, leads, and profits. And then, of course, Greg mentioned it a minute ago, but one of the things that is powering Facebook is Facebook Live. And now there's YouTube Live. And the two big ones, there's several other ones out there, but the only ones I really care about and think that you should care about either is Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Yeah, there's Periscope. Yeah, there's a handful of other systems out there, but the only ones that really, really matter are Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And we'll talk about that, because when you start going live to social media with video, it becomes what I call a repurposing bonanza for traffic, leads, and profits. And then we're going to end up with, hopefully you want to know this, every business owner should know the 9 things that most people leave blank in YouTube and Facebook that's costing them traffic, leads, and profits. So with all that said, I want to make sure I got the right audience. I want to know that everybody knows where the question box is. Tell me, yes, I want to know these things in the question box right now. Go to it right now. Let me know that you know where that questions box is, and let me know that this is the information you want to learn tonight. And of course, what I also want to tell you is I'm monitoring the question box right now, but I can't be monitoring it during the presentation. Yes. Good, good, good. I'm getting yes. Yes, I want to know these things from Mr. Tactone. Yes, Mike. Okay, good. I've got the right audience, and I'm ready to tell all this information to you. Now, I'm going to close the question box, and I want to tell you, if you have a question, I will answer it after this presentation. Now, I'm closing the question box, but at any time, go to that questions box, enter your question in, and then I'll be glad to answer it when we get done with the presentation. But right now, the question box is open for you, but closed for me. So number one, why should I listen to this guy? If you don't know who I am, I'm going to tell you, I have over 40 years experience in radio and television production. That is a picture of me in 1980 working for Ted Turner. I bought my first tape recorder 40 years ago in 1976, or 41 years ago, in fact. I started on a four-track tape recorder, and I did a music video that you can find on YouTube for Ted Turner. And I've been involved with the music business. I have a gold record for a band I was in. We had a hit record in 1982 called Pac-Man Fever. You can check all this out in Wikipedia. I'm a piano player. That's one of the reasons I've been in the music business. I've done jingles. I've worked with every Atlanta celebrity, and now I'm beginning to work with Nashville music people because I am the audio video guy. And I was one of the guys that pioneered the video sales letter in 2004 with my friend Jim Edwards. And now I enjoy working with business owners just like you to understand how to make better video for your business. And that's the experience that led me here today. And I want to tell you about the night that I met Ted Turner, and that picture you see me playing my bass guitar doing a session for Ted. And one of the things that was exciting about that night is Ted came into the studio that night and said, "Did you know, guys, that over 7 million people can watch our local TV station, WTCG, which was Turner Communications Group, which later became the TBS network." And we all went, wow, in 1980, 7 million people can watch our local TV station. And when I look back on that, we were pretty wowed by that. And I always remember the excitement. And one of the things Ted said was, "I'm going to build a 24-hour-a-day satellite news channel." He said, "They think I'm crazy in New York City, but I'm going to do it." And I remember as a kid that night, that was the night, I was 25 years old back then. This is me today. You can see a little white-haired guy, but look what 40 years will do to a person. But I remember that night thinking, who's going to watch news 24 hours a day? Well, I wasn't being a visionary. I wasn't being the visionary that Ted was. And the reason I tell you this story is he was excited that he didn't have 7 million viewers. He had 7 million people who could get his content. 7 million cable subscribers could tune in. That didn't mean they were watching. Well, guess what? How many people can get your content from your mobile device? 9 billion mobile devices in the world. Your reach through your website and through YouTube and Facebook is over 9 billion people. That doesn't mean they're tuning you in, but they could tune you in if they just knew how. So that's why it was hard for Ted to create content and build his empire that he did, but you have to start somewhere. And he started with nothing. And, if you don't have anything, you can start with your mobile device. So that's the why, and that's why you should listen to me. This is how long I've been thinking about this, pretty much my whole life. So, like I told you, I pioneered the video sales letter with my friend Jim Edwards. In fact, there's a screenshot of what we developed back in 2005, over 12 years ago. I remember working with Jim, and YouTube at the time was only 6 months old. Video really didn't work on the web. And I told Jim, I said, we're building a course on how to do video. And it was hard back then. In fact, we were saying online video was exploding online. And Jim was a student of the long-form sales letter in internet marketing. In other words, he built a long sales letter. And I was the guy who said, look, let's put the same information at the top of the page under the headline, and I'll shoot the video and get it on the website. Because he couldn't do it back then. And this website did over $500,000 in sales back 12 years ago. It was the biggest project I had ever done in my life at that point. And we proved, in fact, most of our customers said they didn't even read the sales letter. They watched the video, they read the headline, they watched the video, and they clicked the buy button. Well, guess what? That still works today. But I want to tell you where we came from. Back then, making a video that worked on a web page was hard to do, required more equipment, more software, and it just wasn't simple to get online. Well, all of that has changed. If I show you how old that headline is, I guarantee you there's millennials out there that don't even know what a VCR is. That's video cassette recorder. So here's the thing that's good for you guys. Making video is easy with a mobile device that you probably already own. And it's cheaper to do. The video creation options with the easy apps or software that run on the iPhone, the iPad, Android tablets and phones, and now the Windows Surface is why. You probably already own one of those devices. And those devices are designed for you going live. And when you go live with video to social media, you have content that you can repurpose in YouTube, and you can repurpose it as podcasts, and making sales videos and testimonial videos. And video media worth being social has never been more important than it is today because of these mobile devices. So, like I said, I wanted you to see where I came from and where this all came from just 12 years ago. There was my 486 computer that I bought in 1996. And that was Sony Vegas Movie Studio, which was a $400 program. And there was my Sony VX21 standard def, not even high def camera that cost me $2,500. And my $1,000 wireless mic. And all this equipment was thousands of dollars. And that wasn't even considered professional. And I remember how people got excited when the flip camera came out, because one of the biggest challenges people had was, how do I get the video off the camera into the editing software? Because the difference between bad video and good video is editing. If you can't learn to edit out what's bad, then you can't make good content. So simple editing can mean the difference of looking professional and getting a great message. No great successful sales video didn't have editing. And so one of the things that made the flip camera so great is people could actually get the video off the flip camera into their editor. But all of this is over. You don't have to worry about this because of mobile devices. They have made it revolutionary. That's why I got excited when I saw how great the mobile devices are. So let's talk about what is available for you today. Now, once again, Apple is the most powerful for video. It's not that I'm an Apple fan. It's not that I think that Android is bad. I think they're great devices. As telephones, they all work. But when it comes to software, these are the apps or software that don't work on the Android. And these are the apps that you can write down, and we're going to talk about them in a little bit more depth, because I wanted to share with you the iPhone apps, and then I promise you Android users, and I promise you Surface users, I'll share you what's going on with that. The YouTube Capture app only works on the iPhone, but you can learn to use it in a minute. What it does, it lets you shoot with your iPhone and quickly edit and upload to YouTube. It makes YouTube videos fast and easy. So if you've never heard about the YouTube Capture app, it's free and it runs on the Apple. Now, here's another app that we're going to talk about in a little bit more depth called the YouTube Director app. And there's a really interesting story about YouTube Director. But the YouTube Director app was built by Google for business owners just like you. Now, the app that turned it all around for me is the iMovie app. The iMovie app is a scaled-down version of the iMovie that runs on the Apple computer. It's not as complicated, but it's almost as powerful. It's as powerful a video editor as I've ever seen. And it's free on all new iPhones. Now, here's an app that's just to let you know, you don't need it, but I love it. It's called IntroMate. It's great for making really cool animated intros and exits. You don't need it, but it's a great one. Now, this app, Facebook app, runs on all devices. And what's great about the Facebook app when it comes to video? Because in it, you can go live to anything in social media, which becomes content you can repurpose on YouTube. And then, of course, to manage your business pages, you need the Facebook Managers app. And then we're going to talk about the Mevo camera, which requires the Mevo app. So once again, it's not about the device, it's about the software. All of this is software, and those are the softwares that you need that only runs on these devices. The cameras are great on all three. The external hardware works the same, but it's the software the reason why Apple is the best. You know, I've actually told some Android users, consider buying an iPad or an iPod Touch, But, there's some people who are just adamant. I've actually had people tell me, I don't want to buy anything Apple. Well, okay, I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm just telling you, it does work on Android, but it works best on Apple. But I wanted you to be aware of all of these, no matter how you feel about it. So, the apps and the software that gets it done. Once again, let's talk about YouTube Capture. That's the icon. YouTube Director, iMovie, Facebook app, and then we're going to go into detail shortly about the Mevo app that works with the Mevo camera. So you can either take a picture or write these down real quick, but and of course one of the big questions is, are you recording this? Yes, you can go back to the replay and see this. But if you can remember YouTube Director, that's probably the one if you have an Apple device, and iMovie. Download those apps tonight if you have the device. Now let's go into detail about YouTube Director. Here's what I love about YouTube Director. YouTube Director is designed for you when you don't know what to say. There's over 50 video templates that guide you step by step how to shoot and make your video. When you don't know what to say, the YouTube Director app will guide you through it. It tells you how long the shot should be. It tells you what to say, and it has testimonial templates. It has service business templates. It has consulting. In other words, download this free app from YouTube called the YouTube Director app, and it will direct you. It'll even tell you when you're holding your camera wrong. It will tell you what to fill in the blanks. It guides you through step by step how to make a good business video for your business, for your blog, for your sales letter, whatever. Now, why would YouTube do this? Because they know people struggle with making good video. So therefore, that tip right there hopefully was worth coming to this webinar. If you didn't know about the YouTube Director app, but now there's a little thing that I find very interesting. I want to tell you about the YouTube Director app. One, Google owns Android. Google developed the Android operating system for Android, like Samsung phones and all the other phones that run the Android operating system. Google owns that. Google owns YouTube. Google wants you putting up good video on YouTube because that's what makes them money, people watching the videos on YouTube. However, when they built the YouTube Director app, as of now, it only runs on the iPhone. Now, what does that tell me? That tells me that even Google admits that video is superior on the iPhone. Now, I can't imagine their ego will let them to not eventually get it working on Android, but they wanted it so bad for you, they released it for iPhone first. But anyway, the YouTube Director app does not run on Android. Here's another bonus app that if you didn't know about it, it's absolutely free for Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Once again, it only runs on the iPhone. Now, I've had people say to me, they say, well, you must be an Apple lover. No, I'm a lover of what works. I wish this would run on Android. I'm sure the developers of these softwares are trying feverishly to make it work bug-free on an Android, but for whatever reason, right now they haven't released it on Android. This is called the Switcher Go app. What's so good about the Switcher Go app? Well, here's what's great about it. You download this app and hook it to your Facebook account or hook it to your YouTube account, or you can just record. And that's powerful because what it does, it turns your phone into a live editing switch system. And here I'll give you an example. This was, scary picture there of me. Probably should have combed my hair, but I was just testing things that morning. But what you're able to do is you're able to switch the camera. You can use the front camera or the back camera. You can bring in lower third graphics, and you can play back pre-recorded videos. So what that means is that you can go live, show the camera, switch to the video, bring in lower third text, switch to another video, switch back to the camera, and you can make interesting television while you're going live, or you can record content and use it in YouTube. So the Switcher Go app is a powerful creation tool that you needed to know about. All right, being fair to Android users. Google says that the YouTube Director app is coming soon. As of today, or last time I checked, it hasn't been released. But when it is, and I'm sure it will be, it's going to work great on Android. Switcher doesn't work on Android. However, I've been waiting years for a comparable video editor to iMovie to work on Android. And the people that made Power Director made it work. And so the app that does everything iMovie does, or at least the bare minimum of things that you need to do that I've tested, is Power Director. So if you have an Android device, download the Power Director app and you'll be able to do the principles that you need to do for YouTube or your website. And what was interesting, when Facebook went live and started Facebook Video Live, it only worked on the iPhone. But Facebook had the resources, had the money, had the dedication, and knew for social media they had to make going live work on Android and iPhone. And it does. The Facebook Live works fluidly on the Android. It works on both. So if you've probably already got the Facebook Live app on your Android, you can go live and do all the same principles there. Now, when it comes to the Windows Surface is basically a PC that anything that a PC will do, the Windows Surface will do. However, it has apps, and so you can run expensive software, and you can do everything that a PC will do, everything a laptop will do. But the app for video editing that blew me away is called Filmora, and Filmora is not a free app. It's $60, but it's really, really good, and you can shoot, edit, and the camera in the Surface blew me away of how good it is. And the microphone built in. So basically, a Surface is like an iPad that acts just like an iPad, but it runs PC software. So it's kind of a hybrid of a PC and an iPad altogether. Now, iPad software won't run on it, but Windows software will run on it, and they have an app store for this. They have a Surface Windows App Store. Now, people have asked me about the Windows Phone. I don't think the Surface and the Windows Phone are the same thing. So I don't think Filmora will run on a Windows Phone. But I do know the Surface is well worth it. And if you're thinking about upgrading your PC laptop, I highly recommend. I'm very, very happy with my Windows Surface. And that's the software. Windows Movie Maker is free. Filmora is $60, but worth every penny. And you can get it at filmora.com. So those are the softwares that run on all three devices. Let's talk about the hardware that makes better video. So number one, the biggest question I used to get when I was teaching video with camcorders is what camera to get. Well, the camera to get is your mobile device. The camera in the iPad, the camera in the in the Android, and the camera in the Windows Surface, they're all amazing. The microphones are amazing. They're all high-definition cameras. And most all of these devices have a front camera and a back camera, or what we call a selfie camera and a scenery camera. But regardless, so the device is those. But you definitely don't want to be holding the camera in your hand. That's why you'll either want a selfie stick or a tripod. And if you want better sound, you need to get a lapel mic, an external microphone. And what I love about the microphones and selfie sticks and tripods, they are dirt cheap. Number one, that's a selfie stick that I use with my iPhone when I shoot video. Now, these are some of the devices that I own and use on a regular basis with my mobile device. And if you want a link to where to get these hardwares, just go to MikeSuggests.com/gear, MikeSuggests.com/gear, and there's links to where you can get all of these external accessories. This is the iPal Universal Tablet Mount. And what I like about this mount is that it pretty much works with any tablet, iPad, Android. In other words, it extends out. You can clamp it down and tighten it, and it's got all the padding, and then that screws right on top of a mini tripod or a full-size tripod. I own a mini tripod because I set this on my desk. So what happens is I can have my iPhone or my tablet positioned so I can be hands-free. You don't want to be holding and shooting video, holding it in your hand. You want to be hands-free. And then this is a selfie stick that is a selfie stick with a tripod. It's called a selfie stick monopod. And basically what it is I can use it like a selfie stick, or I can set it on a table or a desk or even on the ground, and I can be hands-free while I'm shooting my video. So those are the tablet and phone mounts that I recommend. And once again, you can go to MikeSuggest.com/gear to learn where you can find those. Now, these are two external mics that I love. And there's more coming out. But if you own an Apple iPhone or iPad, this Apogee Lightning mic is amazing. It's amazing for voiceovers, for podcasting, for, in fact, I will have it sitting on my desk while I'm shooting my video, and people can hear me great. They don't see the camera in the video shot. They don't see the microphone, but this gets amazing quality audio. And when I'm outside, I use the iRig lapel mic, and I bought the 2-pack because one of the things I like about the 2-pack is one microphone plugs into the other, and then that plugs into my phone. And so what that allows me to do is I can do an interview, and because I have lapel mics, I get good equal audio on both people. And one of the strategies for better video, for pro audio, is close miking. And let me demonstrate that to you. I'm talking on a studio microphone right now, very similar to the microphone Greg bought for me over 15, I guess 12 years ago is when he bought that microphone from me that got our friendship started. And I'm going to move the microphone away about 2 feet. Now, I'm talking the same exact volume that I was just a minute ago, but I can promise you, and I know for a fact, the quality of this sound has completely changed. That's because I am not close mic'd. And when I swing the microphone back over here where it should be, and I'm close to the microphone, that's called close miking technique, you hear the difference in the quality of the audio. The problem is when you use the microphone built into your phone or your tablet, and the further you get away from that device, the worse the audio sounds, the more ambient, and that is unprofessional. That's why in television they either use a lapel mic like this, a clip-on mic. That way, no matter where you move, the audio is clear and clean, or they've got a good microphone close enough to the speaking voice that you get clean audio. And that's the only way you can do it. There's no other way to do it. The reason I recommend these is because they're affordable, because professional microphones, wireless microphones, can run into the $1,000+ This is like $80 for the iRig. This is only $220. That's very cheap in the pro audio world. So anyway, you can go to this link and you can later look at that and see the different microphones that I recommend. And of course, as that changes, I'm going to stay on top of it. I heard about a new microphone just the other day that I'm going to probably purchase and investigate. So now we've talked about the devices, we've talked about the software, and we've talked about the external accessories. Let's talk about why should you be doing video and the types of videos that you should be doing for your business. Well, number one, this is what Jim Edwards and I proved to internet marketers years ago, what we call the home page or the landing page sales video, or in the brick and mortar world, the elevator speech video. Basically, welcome to my website, features and benefits of my product or service, and a call to action. It's a very simple formula. But if you do that in video on your websites, you'll be amazed at the results. You know, it's a simple template, and I'll show that template in detail here in a minute. And then, of course, you can do virtual tours, narrated virtual tours, product tours, demonstrations, customer support. But, you know, one of the biggest questions I've gotten over the years is, what can we do to do better with our social media? Well, think about the words social media. Media is video. Media is photos. Media is text. But media, the best media is video. And when people share your media with their friends, that becomes media that's social. So are you making content that people will want to share with their friends? When you do what I call daily tips or did you know interest generating content with a, oh, by the way, if you want more, here's how to get in touch with me, that's the media worth being social. So promotional, timely, expiring or seasonal videos. Every year I do an audio clause video to my followers. It's a Christmas sale in July or a Christmas sale at Christmas time. It's, videos that make people laugh but make people buy. Explaining what's on the page, clarification videos, and then of course everybody should be getting into live streaming and podcasting. And then here is an opportunity that if you're not doing it, making YouTube and Facebook video ads. You may have heard of Google AdWords and you may have heard of buying Facebook ads, but those ads can be television commercials. When you make a great television commercial of why people should do business with you and how to get in touch with you, think of YouTube and Facebook as a television network that you can test for very little money. I mean, to run TV ads on cable TV and local television stations and national networks is cost prohibitive. But anybody can test a YouTube video ad or a Facebook video ad for as little as maybe $50 and see if you get results. So when you learn to make better video, it opens up the door for doing television commercials on the most powerful video networks in the world, Facebook and YouTube. So here is my video sales copy formula that I have been doing for years, ever since Website Video Secrets with Jim Edwards over 12 years ago. Step one, welcome people to your website. I call it my face for radio trust building welcome. I don't like, the biggest objection I hear people say is, I don't like doing videos. I don't want to get on camera. Well, I don't either. I feel your pain, but that's not the purpose. People want to feel like one way to build trust is to let people know that you stand behind your product or service. So if you can at least welcome people to your website on camera, then everything else can be off camera. It can be slides. It can be text. It can be animations. It can be cutaway scenes. It can be anything but you being on camera, because being on camera, it takes a certain amount of practice. But everybody can say, hi, my name is Mike Stewart. Welcome to my website. Let me tell you how I can help you. And that's it. And then do a call to action on camera. Now that you've seen all this information, give us a call. Click the buy button below. Put your name and email address in the opt-in box. Those are call to actions. But this is my formula that I do over and over again. I welcome people. I tell them 2 to 3 features and benefits of what my product or service does for them. Dan Kennedy calls that the problem and solutions rather than features and benefits. You struggle with this. To make matters worse, it's costing you time, money, and headaches. I have the solution. Think of how your product or service solves problems and how your product is the solution. And agitating the problem lets them know about the pain of not getting the solution, and always be the solution. And then call to action with finger pointing. That's something you can do in video as a choice, and I do it. I'll do a big motion with my fingers and say, right below this video, which you can't do this on television, but on a website you can. Right below this video is a buy button where you can get my solution that solves your problem. So click that buy button right now, and that swing of my hand and my finger pointing below the video does what's called eye gravity. It pushes people to the buy button, which is what you want your prospects to do, because if we're in business, we want people to click the buy button and buy our products and services. Facebook Live. Like I said, Facebook Live works great on Apple, works great on Android. All you need is a Facebook app, and it'll work. But this is an amazing device that I had to share with you. It's called the Mevo camera. You can get the Mevo at getmevo.com. Go look at it tonight. But here's what it does. It allows you to take your iPhone, and they're building it for Android. It may be out for Android now, but for the longest time it wasn't. But the app through Bluetooth talks to this little camera, and what happens with the camera is you can program up to 9 shots, and you can switch between those shots and do what's called, do a real live television show. So let's kind of analyze this real quick here of what's going on with this camera. And this is what got me so excited about the possibilities for you. This is called a wide shot. That's everything that the camera sees is that wide shot. But you can take your fingers and zoom in on that young lady who's in the wide shot. And you can zoom in there to that lady. And then you can zoom in to the food. And you can zoom in to the other lady. So you can see it looks like different angles, but what it is it's divisions of the same wide shot. So this camera stays stationary, but while you're going live to Facebook Live, and now they've added YouTube Live, and of course it's built by a company called Livestream, which is a professional streaming solution that a lot of people are using. But you can go look at all of that at getmevo.com. But what does that mean? That means that you can make amazing television content to use in real time. You can do live television. It's a live event camera. So here's what it is. It's a multi-camera with one device. The camera's $400, but in television, that is peanuts compared to what it used to cost. What can you do with the Mevo camera? Training of all kinds. They're teaching you people how to cook here. It's a cooking show, but it could be any kind of training. Live events. In Nashville, I'm telling musicians, you could do streaming concerts with this camera. You could do a talk show like late night talk shows do. Set up a desk, have a chair, interview people, switch to a whiteboard, whatever. Multi-level marketing meetings. A lot of people in multi-level marketing and sales meetings. All kinds of things can be done with this camera over Facebook Live and to Facebook groups and Facebook pages. So, at any rate, I've told you about the Mevo, and in fact, I am. This is a partner of mine, and we do a lot of consulting in the pest control marketing world. That's my good friend, and I'm going to show some examples here of the success of this very targeted, narrow niche. But this is me and Hal with the Mevo, and what we did was, I just wanted to share with you, how we use it with our group. Here was Hal sitting here, and he's controlling the Mevo camera. There's the wide shot with his phone. So he could switch from me to him, but then we pre-programmed the PowerPoint slides on a monitor. So what we were able to do was we were able to go from the wide shot, from me to him, and back to the slide. And basically what it is that enabled us to do a live training and create content for a membership site. So just want you to be aware of, this is not like an idea that we came up with. It's to just share it with you. We're doing it. Now let's talk about repurposing the video content to you. No matter how you make the video content, what you want to do is make it once and use it everywhere. So this is what I call the video trifecta. Basically making a video somewhere and putting it in the 3 most important places that you should put it. 1, Facebook Live, YouTube, or just not Facebook Live, but Facebook. You definitely want to put videos on Facebook because friends can share that video. And then if you don't have a WordPress website that you can repurpose that video as a podcast or as a blog post, it's a missed opportunity, because here's what's going on with all of these things. You want to build a Facebook business page or group and go live with killer content. You want to build a YouTube channel and post a video every week. And then you want to take those videos and put it as a WordPress blog or post as a podcast. And why do you want to do that? Because WordPress, Facebook, and YouTube are all social media. Everybody says, help me with my social media. Well, all of these are social media. They're all indexed by search engines. And every one of these websites or these entities of content can be shared by friends. They're indexed by Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and it improves your findability or your search engine optimization, not for money, but it's a way to get found and get to the top of the search engines without spending money. So it's a reason to make video. So there you go. One of the things I was just telling a coaching client this morning, you should build a public or closed Facebook group to where you own the group. We built Pest Control Marketing Gold, and we are getting consulting business and product sales. The group is closed, and it's only people who are interested in what we're doing. So there you go. There is the video that we went live to, and everybody in the group gets notified that we're going live, and they interact. So it's a great way to do with the Mevo or whatever. Going live with the Mevo or iPhone makes great TV content in minutes, and it builds an audience to your niche. And then, of course, we take that video and we have a proactive YouTube channel. And, of course, there's my partner, Hal Coleman, building his YouTube channel just for his consulting niche business of pest control agencies. So populate your channel with lots of videos configured for ranking. Make the videos any way you can, but repurposing Facebook Live videos is a fast way to get great content into YouTube. And then, of course, like I said, when you do, are you ranking for your money-making keywords? We are, because of our effort. This is living proof it works. And then, of course, you always, from all websites, from Facebook, YouTube, you want to link back to your money-making websites. That's very important. And then, of course, there is Hal's WordPress blog, and you can see that he takes every week he does a new blog post, and we're doing a podcast every week, and we're repurposing our videos even to a larger audience and getting indexed in Google, because the videos bring people to the blog gets people in his opt-in list grows, and everything helps everything. And then, of course, like I said, we've actually got consulting clients, brick and mortar businesses that are doing this. So we're going to talk about how you get a YouTube channel. If you don't know how to get a YouTube channel, well, all you got to do is get a Gmail login or a Gmail address, and you've got a YouTube channel. With every Gmail address comes the ability to make multiple YouTube channels. So here's an example of a termite consultant student of ours that started his YouTube channel, and even though it's very inactive, it's served him very well on his local market. And of course, YouTube is owned by Google, and it's a search engine, and video thumbnails are indexed in Google. So the more you do, the better it gets. Like for example, when people look for certain keywords it gets backlinks back to the business. So you want videos, as many as you can, to get ranking in Google. And see, that was from 2 years ago. He's doing a lot better today. So I promised I would tell you the 9 things that people leave out of YouTube and Facebook. So we're going to use Tim McCorder here as an example so that you can see these things. So here's number 1. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, my recommendation to you today is get a YouTube channel started immediately. But you know, what does it require to have a YouTube channel? You got to be able to make videos. So hence why we're talking about using your mobile device. But here are the 9 things that you don't want to leave out of your YouTube channel. Number 1, make sure you have a call to action with a unique selling proposition or a phone number or a web address, personalized YouTube header graphic. I was amazed how many people have YouTube channels and have never put in the header graphic. So tip number 1, if you have a YouTube channel, make sure you have a header graphic. Look at Tim. He's got his phone number there. He's got a call to action. He's got a picture of him and his truck. He's got his logo. That's what you need to do with your YouTube channel header, tip 1. Tip number 2, you want to make sure that your YouTube channel is associated with your money-making website. Associated channels enable you to do things like YouTube cards and annotation links and it gives you the ability to link back to your money-making website. If you don't associate your channel with your website, which is a bunch of hoops that Google makes you go through, it will never work. So if you don't know how to do it, search Google for associate your channel and look up YouTube cards and annotations. Number 3, always title your videos with keywords. You know, I remember seeing one time a guy titled his video number 2. That's a terrible title for a video. Look at Tim's titles: European Hornet, Canton Termite, and Pest Control. People in Canton, Georgia look for information about European Hornets. They find his video. Then they easily can find his website. So what are your money-making keywords? Be sure you make videos about the keywords that bring you business. Optimization tip number 4 that people leave out: always start your descriptions with a clickable link back to your money-making website. That creates a backlink, but more importantly, when people are searching YouTube for information, they find your video, they like your video, they can click on that video and be right at your website. And that's absolutely free. In fact, really high-end YouTubers will put hundreds of links in their description to all kinds of things that make them money. But bare minimum, at least, if you look at Tim's description right there at the top, his web address and his phone number and the word free, bold, that helps people find him and call him. Tip number 5, the reason you want to use a video editor like iMovie or Power Director or Filmora is adding what's called lower third text. That's the text that can be overlaid your video in the editor. If you leave that out, then people may not know how to get in touch with you because your video may be shared on Facebook or whatever. So what can you put in lower third text? Your web address, your phone number, your 800 number, a call to action. I mean, that content of text, when people read and hear, they remember more, and that's just a missed opportunity. So never leave out lower third text. I don't know how many videos I see on YouTube where, in fact, I saw a video one time where the guy had a how to clean dust out of your computer. The video had over 1 million views, and we had no earthly idea who he was. He could have just put his name and his phone number, his website in the lower third text. He might have gotten business out of 1 million views. Know where the YouTube share link is. You've got to get this embed link so that you can share your video as a blog post, and you can also share that video on all those social media. In fact, YouTube wants you to share your video on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Blogger, Reddit, Pinterest. They want you to share your video. Now, these other services want you to upload the video to them, but you know what? You can do this. So you should, when you make a great piece of video content, share it on all the social media, and most importantly, archive it at your website as a blog post. Now, when you share your video on YouTube, on Facebook, your YouTube videos, also take the same video, and iMovie and all of the mobile devices will let you connect to your Facebook account and upload the video again to Facebook, because Facebook favors it when you upload it to their system. They don't want you just getting people away from Facebook over to YouTube. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to take that great content that has your lower third text and make sure that you upload it as a post as well. That's optimization tip number 7. You make a video every week, you got a Facebook video that you can post every week. And when you make a blog post, share your blog post as a piece of social media. In other words, take some of the content from your blog post and put a link back to the video, bringing them away from Facebook. Facebook will allow you to do this. When people click on that link, it takes them back to the embedded YouTube video, which all of that helps you. So that's tip number 8. And then tip number 9, consider doing a regularly scheduled live video show. There is one of our pest control clients who does the Bug Show every Sunday at noon Eastern Time. And look at the views he's had, 2,131 views. And what happens is he sits there and just answers questions and interacts with the people that show up. And the show is getting popular. It's his TV show. Guess who the advertiser is? And Kobe struggled with putting video, lower third text, because it was the Mevo. So he bought a banner. Look at that. He bought a banner and put his phone number and his web address in the banner hanging beside him. So that way he didn't have to put lower third text in the live video. He couldn't figure out. So I thought that was brilliant. So anyway, tip number 9 is go live with a regularly scheduled show. And then here's a bonus tip. I told you 9, but I always like over-delivering. Live videos live forever on Facebook. But guess what you can do? You can go into Facebook and you can download the video and then upload that live video to YouTube. So you can go on YouTube and share on Facebook. You can go on Facebook and download and put up an archive in YouTube. So it's a great way to repurpose. So that's the presentation. Took me almost an hour to do it, like I told you, but I showed you how far we've come. I talked about the equipment then. I showed you what the equipment is today. I told you which software and apps to use. And then I talked about the accessories such as the mounts and the microphones. I showed you why you need to do video and how it's so easy it is to do on mobile devices. And then I've talked a lot about live streaming, and live streaming is because of mobile devices. You know, most people are streaming on their cell phones, so getting started with it is important. And then we talked about the 10 things that people leave blank in YouTube, because I see it every day, and you know what they are. And if you leave those things blank, you can lose traffic, and if you lose traffic, you can lose leads, and when you lose traffic and leads, you're not going to make any money. So that's my presentation. I'm going to answer questions, but first, after I share with you how we can work together. So please, if you've enjoyed this content, give me a second to let you know how we can work together, and I'm going to put that in the questions box for everybody to go to. It is masteringmobilevideo.com/Greg, and I'm going to send that to everybody, but don't look at that just yet. Let me share with you how we can work together. Number one, hopefully you've enjoyed this presentation and you've learned a lot. But there's no way I could teach you everything you needed to know. So this is what I've done. I've created a training that shows you how to record clips, how to do voiceovers, how to do trimming and splitting, how to do the Ken Burns effect, how to do transitions, how to underscore with music, how to do text overlays, lower third text, how to do cutaway picture-in-picture split screen, and then how to render and upload with YouTube. You have to learn those 9 skills to make better video, whether you use an iPhone, Android, and Surface. So what I did was I made trainings for all 9 of those strategies on all 3 devices. So no matter what device, you know how to do what to do, but there's a whole lot more. I told you that you need music, and you need legal music. So what I included in this training is over 375 original pieces of music that I composed so that you can use that music to make better video. If you look at number 6, music is the secret sauce that makes your videos better. You light it good, you get good audio, you edit it good, underscore it with music, you have a television commercial, you have an infomercial, you have a better sounding product. Listen to television tonight and tell me, count the times you hear music in the commercials and you hear music in the television shows. Even the news has a theme song. So we talk about where to get the latest hardware, and like I said, the 375 music cuts are worth what I'm asking for this offer. But there's a whole lot more I couldn't cover tonight. How to upload and download online playback options, YouTube optimization best practices. I told you what they were, but I demonstrate how to do them. How to get video up on Facebook, how to download from Facebook, how to make the video playback in your WordPress websites. Here's an app that everybody should own, the Camtasia TechSmith Fuse app. I use this all the time. If you don't have Camtasia, you need Camtasia. But with the TechSmith Fuse app, you can do amazing things with Camtasia in your mobile device. And of course, here's another app that I could have spent another 30 minutes on, the Explain Everything app. This is an amazing app that enables you to create trainings, YouTube videos, you name it. It's exactly what it is. You can explain everything with the touch of your finger with this app. So we teach that app in the program. Now, here's my offer. And of course, I'm sure many of you have been in these offers where there's upsells, and they call it OTOs, one-time offers. Well, I'm not going to put you in upsell hell. I'm not going to have endless one-time offers. I just got 3 options to make better video for your business that works. And so what you need to do is, if you're serious, here's option number 1. Lifetime access to all the video lessons, all 375 music downloads, and updates for a one-time payment. In other words, when I make changes or update things, you'll have access to it for life. This is the program ideal for self-motivators. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. $197 gives you access. The music alone is worth $197, but you're going to get all of this, and that's at masteringmobilevideo.com/Greg. And then I have another opportunity. And I've only got 7 openings for this. I'm looking for people who want to work with me every month, because I do a whole lot more than video. I teach people video marketing, WordPress, a whole lot. And so I'm looking for 7 more people who would like to be in my monthly coaching program. If you don't want to be in my monthly coaching program, that's $297 a month, then don't click on option number 2. This is a monthly opportunity to go in my coaching program. You can cancel it at any time. But basically what it is, that's the best deal on my coaching that I offer. And then option number 3 is the training plus a discount on 1 hour of my time if you get stuck. I call it the discounted hour of one-on-one help if you get stuck. So those are the 3 offers. $197, no reoccurring billing, just $197, instant access to everything. My coaching program, I'm looking for 7 people. Everybody doesn't want to do that, but some people are enjoying it. Some people are like the fact that they're held accountable with a coach, and I love coaching people, and I've only got room for 7 more people, and then I'm cutting it off. And then 3 is you can prepay for a discounted hour that you can use anytime you want to after you've gone through the training, and you realize that, boy, it'd be nice to call Mike and schedule an hour with him to get my questions answered or have him fix some things for me. And all of that is available at masteringmobilevideo.com/Greg. masteringmobilevideo.com. When you go to that website, you'll hear my video I shot with my phone. You can listen to that video to learn more about the program, and you click one of those buy now buttons, and you will be able to start on this before your head hits the pillow tonight. Well, I did a good job of training, because we're getting comments on that they like the training, but you don't have any questions. So my recommendation to you is that if you're watching this replay, that you click one of the buy buttons below this video and get access to Mastering Mobile Video today. No matter what you do, I wish you all the best. And I hope that you have success in your businesses. The internet has been a blessing to me to be able to create content that helps people, and more importantly, it enables me to live the life of dreams that I want to do and live where I want to do the things that I enjoy. And so I wish that for you. And so more importantly, everybody have a great night, and wish you all the best. Enjoy Mastering Mobile Video.